how's everything? So today I'm going to show you my gaming setup. I've actually added an extra 40-inch screen other than these screens, and it's all linked up to one machine, and then you can just switch to going to a recliner and a 40-inch screen, and then switch back to an Infinity setup when you might want to play, kind of Call of Duty Battlefield, and when you want to play kind of a game where you can be laid back. Actually, Dead Space 2 is a game where you can be laid back and play with the controller. You switch to the 40-inch. But just for show's sake, I'm going to show you the differences between the two and how you can make them all in one nice setup. Actually, it's quite simple. It's somewhat expensive. It is expensive to have three 27-inch screens, but you might use smaller screens. You might settle with lesser graphics, so you can just get a cheaper graphics card. Now, just to run you through this, I'm going to link you to a lot of videos. First thing, if you want to see some Modern Warfare 2 and how it looks like on such a setup, just click the button above. I know Modern Warfare 3 is out. Hopefully I'm going to make a video once I get the game. Yes, I didn't get the game. Shame on me. I got Battlefield 3, but I'm going to get Modern Warfare 3 also. So just to show you how Infinity feels, and then I'll explain the cabling and give you tips on that. And if you have any questions, you can just post below, and if you have any video responses, just post them below. You want to show me your setup, you want to ask a question over a video, no problem whatsoever. So this is Dead Space 2, the beginning. No spoilers, and it's running very smoothly. So the difference between Infinity and any other monitor is, if you're using a single monitor, you'll get this. If you're using Infinity, you'll get the extra space. It's a bit dark, you can't see everything, but take a look. Let's just look at the intro, and then I'll switch and show you everything else in this setup.
I know you're confused right now, but I can explain everything, but you gotta trust me, okay? Listen, you're in terrible.
So here where it gets kind of cool with Infinity, where you can see the whole thing. Let's just take a sprint. See? Okay, enough of that. Let's exit the game. And that was Infinity. Now let's switch back to a normal scenario where you want to just use Excel sheets and browse and do some work. So as you can see, immediately it just switched. Of course, there's a bit of a lag with AMD drivers, but it immediately switched to a very typical setup you would get with computers. Just two kind of, see, boring statistics, and then you would have some browser here, and you would just use your PC normally. So how do I do this? You need either AMD Infinity or NVIDIA Surround to play the game like that. And there are some software that emulate kind of this this thing. It's called Triple Head, I believe. I'll post a link up there. It is not recommended to use Triple Head. So there are like kind of three very typical solutions. AMD Infinity to get that kind of 3-screen gameplay, NVIDIA Surround, and then Triple Head setup or any other applications like that. Now each one has benefits, drawbacks. I made a slight review of these Infinity and AMD Infinity and NVIDIA Surround in the link above, explaining what's the drawbacks, what's the benefits, is it worth it, is it good for you, should you get it, should you not get it. It is a very interesting technology, but it may not be for you. So a video above just to explain Infinity and NVIDIA Surround. Now this is a very typical setup. You get an office, 2 screens, I can work, can have fun. If I really need to, I can boot up a 3rd screen here and watch a show while I'm working. Might be confusing for some people, but it's convenient for me. So a typical 2-screen setup. So now let's move to the last screen, and then I'm going to show you how it all runs. Okay, so this is my 40-inch screen, and this is my recliner. So I have a recliner here, nice recliner position with just a table for drinks, food, whatever. Now this is just running Xbox, so that's nothing fancy, just an Xbox over a 40-inch screen. The Xbox is there. I also have a PS3, and yes, that is an N64 controller. I'll explain what it's doing there some other day. But you see, you just get the remote, and I'm going to show you something very cool. You switch to HDMI. Now I'm supposed to have a wireless keyboard, but then my friend mistakenly took away my USB receiver. So this is my USB keyboard, and you get a very tiny receiver around the size of the tip of my finger. So you plug it into the machine, and then you use this. Also, this is a mouse, so that is very cool. You just use this to web browse, and watch YouTube videos, and just watch shows and TV series, wherever you want, through this from the recliner. Now, how do I get this to work? I know my machine is still there with the boring spreadsheet I had, and just the setup you saw previously. I'm supposed to use this keyboard, but of course I told you my friend stole my USB mistakenly, and now I'm going to show you what I do here. I just use a shortcut. Oh yeah, the shortcut isn't working, I forgot. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. You just go to a preset, and this is with AMD Vision. You just click the preset, you see the screens turn off, and then voila, this starts turning on. It takes a bit of time to kind of do it. See, then it turns on this screen, and then it shuts off that screen, and then it kind of boots. It's a bit slow, but then you get this. So now this is Skyrim running on my PC, the one right over there. I'm going to show you how I do that. The thing is, you can use a controller if the game supports it. Unfortunately, and this is very surprising, Skyrim does not support controllers, Xbox controllers on the PC. Or you can use your wireless mouse and wireless keyboard. Then you can very easily run Skyrim. Beautiful, full graphics and all. Now the awesome thing is that the audio redirected from my Z5500 surround, which uses 5 speakers and the subwoofer, to this 2.1 system with huge bass, huge everything. They're a small package, very good speakers, Creative T40s, and then you can just lay back, have some fun on this game, or any game you want to play. That does not require infinity or like a full concentration to play, The awesome thing also is I can use my wireless headsets. These are Razer Chimeras 5.1, but in this setup they only have stereo audio. So how does that work, the audio transferring? Well, let me go behind my machine and show you. Okay, let's go here. Where's my light? Okay, there is my light. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's turn on the light. See here, you have one DVI. This is DVI. Okay, you have then the HDMI and the display port, and under it is another DVI, the white one over here. So what it's doing is, the three of them, the DVI and the second DVI and display port, go to these 3 screens, and then with that shortcut I showed you, it switches to that HDMI. Now if you don't know, HDMI carries over audio, and it can go up to 10 meters, though I will not recommend pulling a HDMI cable over 10 meters without pushing power through it. Hopefully I'm going to explain how you do that one day. You just Google HDMI signal repeater, and you'll find many solutions for that. But for this, I'm actually just using a plain old 10 meter HDMI cable, which may not work in all situations. Again, do not recommend anything. I do not recommend anything over 5 or 6 meters HDMI. It connects then to my screen right there. And then my screen supports audio out, like a lot of screens out there. This is actually a very cheap 40-inch screen. So now I'm using stereo 3.5mm. These, see, the audio transfer to my very dull very dull speakers here, and you plug it in, rediverts to these. Okay, and then what I did to get the headset working, I just split the audio, run it both, one to my speaker, one to my headset. So now you got a nice glimpse of my setup. Skyrim's still running. I'm gonna go play a bit of games. If you have any questions, you have any setup you want to show me, or you want to ask us a question about your setup in a video, just post a comment or a video response for me, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for watching this video.